What's up, everybody? It is your girl Molinda Jae here, coming to you with another update with the Michael Irvin versus Marriott lawsuit. Okay, that has stemmed from him being removed from commentating or being an analyst for Super Bowl 57. So I just seen this information because I do this on a weekly basis on just to see what happens next. But it seems like it's getting a little bit more sticky out here because it's possible that the video may go public. So let's go ahead and get into this article right quick. Okay, so this is coming from let me get this article again. This is coming from Pro Football Talk .nbcsports.com. Okay, and it has been posted as of today at 9:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, posted by Mike Florio, and it's about Marriott with the NFL interviewed the employee and reviewed the video in Michael Irvin's case. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the article. I'm gonna read the article out for you all, and then we're gonna just come to our conclusions. All right. So it says, in a connection with the Super Bowl week suspensions by the NFL Network and ESPN, Hall of Famer receiver Michael Irvin has sued only Marriott for now. The NFL Network and in turn the NFL could have potential liability to Irvin. A recent court filing made by Marriott underscores the possibility. In a Friday motion, so this was as of not okay, today's is 12, 11, 10. So as of the 10th of March, okay, aimed at preventing Irvin's lawyers from releasing the surveillance video and limiting the things said publicly about the case, Marriott put plenty of its cards on the table regarding the allegations made against Irvin. Many of those specific allegations, unsupported by many affidavits or other actual evidence, were reported by Michael G. of the Dallas Morning News and explained in a Saturday item here. But there's much more as it relates to the NFL role in the process that accumulated in the decision to remove Irvin from the network for the week preceding the Super Bowl. Marriott contends in his motion that the day after the incident, the NFL sent its investigator to the hotel and asked if the victim was willing to speak with her. The unnamed Marriott employee agreed to the interview, repeating her version of the interaction with Irvin. The NFL investigator then asked to review the video, and the hotel allowed her to do so. Marriott's lawyers wrote, following her review of the video, the NFL investigator escalated the matter, and additional NFL personnel quickly arrived at the hotel. Marriott's lawyers contended that from this point forward, the NFL took over the situation, culminating in Irvin's being removed from the hotel. These allegations raise plenty of questions, and if they necessitate through discovery efforts to learn things said to the NFL employees by the NFL employees, it appeared that the unnamed employee of the Marriott Hotel repeated her version of the incident of the events multiple times. How consistent or not? Or will those versions be? How consistent or not will they be with the detailed and at the time's graphic account in Marriott's motion? The question of how far this escalated both within the NFL and the Marriott organizational charts also needs to be resolved as well. Who was involved in the decision making? Did everyone agree? Was the evidence at any point embellished or exaggerated to secure the necessary approvals to make Irvin's off the air or to take Irvin off the air? Those and many other questions will need to be answered at some time. For now, the point is that the NFL, based on Marriott's latest motion, became heavily involved in the process at a minimum that will make the NFL and multiple employees key sources of evidence for Irvin's case against Marriott. It also could result in the NFL becoming a party to the case, added to the proceedings directly by Irvin or as a third party defended by Marriott. There's one more wrinkle to watch. ESPN at some point decided to take Irvin off the air. Where and how and when did NFL get its information? Did it come from Marriott or did it come from the NFL directly? And so, while the core questions in this matter flow from what was said and done by Irvin during his interaction with the unnamed Marriott employee, important collateral questions exist regarding to the things the NFL did to explore the situation, the things said by and between the NFL and the Marriott employees, and the things possibly said by and between the NFL and or Marriott employees and ESPN. That's the end of the article. Now, as I scroll down to the comments section of this article, is one user said this is going to get ugly, or Irvin is going to get money to shut up and go away. Bad look for the Shield. Somebody else said televise the trial. I agree. Televise the trial. Okay. Somebody else said, curious why Marriott doesn't have the affidavits from the employee and all witnesses are ready to wave under Irvin's nose. Somebody else said, double yawn. Another user said, the NFL mishandles so many things. I hope they get burned on this one. Woo! Another one said, Irvin needs to be ousted by the NFL. He is a cancer and a headache. Someone else said, I believe the accuser 100%. Someone else said, so the NFL investigated immediately and determined that had to get Irvin out the hotel and off their telecast. Pretty sure Marriott's lawyers will call them as witnesses. Somebody said Goodell covered up well underway. Another user said the NFL either always overreacts or does absolutely nothing. They never find that middle ground between sweet spot of fairness and objectivity. Someone else replied saying they still have Roger in charge of the NFL. Bill. Another user said a lot of nothing going on until people get into the stand giving testimony and actual evidence and shown/heard. Innocent until proven otherwise, and if truly innocent, I hope he gets his pound of flesh. If he's guilty, he needs to go away once and for all. I agree with that user, because at this point it ain't nothing but a blame game, pointing fingers. Who did what? Another user said, as a trial attorney, I am not liking anything Marriott has done in this case. None of it. But the reason it didn't attach affidavits regarding the fact of the encounter and the investigation of its motion for a protective order is because those affidavits are not germane or needed for the protective order. It attached to two affidavits in the motion. One regarding publicity threats the hotel had received, and one regarding attempts to reach an agreement with the opposing counsel on a protective order. That was the issue before the court. Issues of the facts will later come with the positive motions. There we go. Another and the last user said, so far I'm left hoping that both Marriott and its employee have to pay up, even if Irvin says something completely boorish, and I have yet to see anything that corroborates this. How does the punishment fit the crime? Okay, so that is what's going on right now. It is basically like above us at this point until there is a trial happening, until I agree with one of the users, until the witness get on the stand and talk about their and pull up their testimony of their accounts, and the list goes forward. is basically at a stalemate at this point. But at the same time, in my opinion, to a certain degree, they could have just, relocated him and proceed on with the business. That way it wouldn't be so much of a rah-rah situation. But due to the fact that he got not only pulled off from the network, but also he ain't make no money at all. So he got removed from the hotel and removed from the network. So that's a whole bag in itself that he lost within just a week due to whatever had happened at that hotel between him and that employee. So hopefully the video gets released to the public so we can see what is going on. And I'm also going to read up on this other article too by the Cowboys Wire.usatoday.com, because they had another interesting piece in there too. So let me just see if there's any other repeats. So it's saying court motion offers graphic details in Michael Irvin's case video to be made public. It reads, Marriott has finally revealed its details regarding to the early February incident involving former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin in Phoenix. A court motion now filed by the hotel chain gives a version of events that's very different from the story told by Irvin and multiple witnesses. Oh, snap. Those details come as federal judge says the company blatantly violated in order to provide Irvin with the video recordings of the incident in question. In response to the emergency motion filed by Irvin's legal team, the judge is allowing the video to be released publicly. Yes, release the video, please, so we can see what is going on and come to our own conclusion, okay? The Marriott Hotel, according to Michael G. of the Dallas Morning News, describes the encounter with a female employee that was initiated by a visibly intoxicated Irvin and quickly escalated to an aggressive flirtation, unwanted physical contact, and a graphic proposition from the Hall of Famer. Woo! All within 45 seconds to a minute, possibly. Hey. Let's continue. Irvin filed a lawsuit against Marriott and the woman seeking $100 million in damages after he was sent home from his job covering the Super Bowl 57 for the NFL Network. As per the new court filing written by the Marriott attorney, Irvin flagged down the woman in the lobby's bar area as she was working, asked about her job, told her that he found her attractive, and introduced himself. The woman explained that she was not an NFL fan and didn't know who Irvin was. Irvin reportedly told her to look him up on the internet. So basically, he was like, Google me and you'll see. During this initial exchange, Irvin shook the woman's hand and also touched her arm without her consent, causing her to step back, becoming visibly uncomfortable. It's then that Irvin allegedly made the most disturbing accusation contained in the motion document. Irvin asked the victim whether she knew anything about having a big black man inside of her. What? Per the court motion. No. Taken aback by Irvin's comments, the victim responded that his comments were inappropriate and she did not wish to discuss it further. Irvin then attempted to grab the victim's hand and said he was sorry if he brought up bad memories for her. The motion continues. The victim pulled her hand away and tried to back away from Irvin as he continued to move towards her. The two hotel workers apparently approached an attempt to intervene, at which point Irvin closed the encounter with another handshake, which Marriott legal team says the woman returned wanting the interaction to end. The former Cowboys star allegedly stated that he would not come back to find the woman sometime that week when she was working. Oh, wait. Let me read that again. The former Cowboy star allegedly stated that he would come back to find the woman sometime that week when she was working. He also alleged leered at the woman as she walked away and made a suggestive comment overheard by another hotel employee saying, "She bad and I want to hit that." Ooh! I don't even have my fan, y'all. I don't even have my fan, but Michael, if this really happened, you in trouble, dude. Furthermore, the former Cowboy star allegedly stated that he would come back to. Oh, I already said that. Dang. Irvin had denied that anything inappropriate took place and explained this week that he had not seen the hotel's video or even been informed of the exact nature of the woman's complaint. He has admitted, however, that he had been out drinking earlier in that evening and did not recall the exact nature of his brief conversation with the woman. This week, though, Irvin compared the accusations to a modern day lynching. Earlier in the week, two men whom the three-time Super Bowl champ had just met said they witnessed the entire exchange and saw nothing about the conversation or the woman's body language that caused any sort of concern at the time. Irvin's attorney fired back at the new detailed allegations Friday. Total hogwash, Levi Catherine said in a statement to Dallas Morning News. Marriott's recently created account goes against all the eyewitnesses and Michael's own testimony, as well as common sense. We will release the video next week. There's no SA. The fact Marriott is taking the position that it is an insult to all the true female victims out there. I was shocked by Marriott's prior handling of the situation. McCatherine went on, "I am now disgusted and appalled. I wish trial was tomorrow so Michael would clear his name and get the compensation he deserves for Marriott's reckless disregard for the truth." The woman reportedly shared her version of events with a co-worker that same evening and then told her supervisor about the incident the next morning. The hotel reported the incident to the NFL following the guidelines that had been established just a day prior regarding any league employees staying at the hotel. No criminal complaint was ever received by local police about the matter. Prior to Friday's ruling by U.S. District Judge Amos Manzant, only McCatherine had seen the hotel's footage, which blurred out the woman's face. The judge was not pleased with the hotel chain, deciding to place its own conditions on who could view the footage and how. Oh, interesting. It seems like Marriott just looked at my order and did not want to produce the video, Monzant said. The judge has now ordered the video to be produced without modification. Okay, Judge. Irvin's lawyer said that the video's public release will be the key exonerating of the NFL legend. Anybody who released the video will see that I've seen and what the witnesses who were there have seen. McCatherine said Michael didn't do anything wrong. End quote. Hey, come on now. So, all right. So the video, they said the video is supposed to be made public this week coming up. Well, as you are going to see this video, it will be Monday. So sometime this week, the video is going to be released. Okay. So I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's watch the video and let's see what happened and come to our own conclusions along with some common sense at the same time. Because yes, he is innocent to proven guilty, and yes, the victim had every right to be uncomfortable and consent to what she wanted and not consent to what she did not want happening. But as the streets say, until I see some receipts, and when the receipts, I'm meaning the video, then I will be able to come to my conclusion a little bit better, because even though we're not going to be able to, hear what was being said, of course, there's always using your common sense and your critical thinking skills to be able to come to a logical conclusion. That way, somebody is going to end up losing at the end of the day. Nobody is not going to it's not going to end fairly. Someone is going to be left out in the cold, okay, per se. So with that being said, feel free to leave your comments down below in the comment section what you think about the latest update in this situation. Are you in favor of the video going public? Because I am. Okay. What do you think about the graphic details that they have that they put in the second article that I read to you all? What do you think about those detail accounts of what the witness had stated of what happened between her and Michael Irvin in that short interaction? Do you still think she lying? Do you think she telling the truth? Are you still undecided? Like I said, there's a whole lot of variables to it, because now yeah, he should have put the NFL up in that thing, because that's his employer. That's his employer. They were the one that did the investigating after the employee reported to her supervisor, and the supervisor reported it up to the NFL investigators, okay, for them to come over and investigate what happened. And after they got enough evidence, per se, in my opinion, once they got enough information, that's when was there a board meeting before that was was there a board meeting to make the decision on him being removed, or was it just a one chain person type of thing to be reported to, and they will make the final say so? Like, I want to know. So y'all, sound off in the comment section, y'all. And I'm going to leave it here until the video is being released. Hopefully it'll be released by Friday, you know what I'm saying? But that's what they said, and I'm gonna hold them to it. The Marriott, according to that second article, it was only a few that was able to view that video footage, but the judge is like, no sirree, Bob, release it now for the whole public to see. No modifications. We want to make this clear and transparent as possible, make it a thing of a thing, so we can close this situation effectively as possible. And I couldn't agree with that judge more, okay? But other than that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.